Item 8.
Item number 8, proclamation recognizing October as Arts Month in El Paso County. Stan Vanderwerf, Commissioner, Board of County Commissioners.
And if we could have Andy come down to give some comments after the motion is read into the record.
I also have a brief presentation. I don't know if you'd like that before or after the proclamation.
Well, I'll defer to Commissioner Vanderwerf. How would you like this?
With your permission, I would like to read the proclamation, make a motion to approve it, and I have a second. And at that point, we'll give you the floor to discuss whatever you'd like to.
Sounds good.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. So at this time, I'd like to make a motion to approve the proclamation recognizing October as Arts Month in El Paso County. Whereas the arts and humanities embody much of the accumulated wisdom, intellect, and imagination of humankind, and whereas the arts and humanities enhance and enrich the lives of every American, playing a unique role in the lives of our families, our communities, and our country, and whereas the month of October has been officially recognized as National Arts and Humanities Month by thousands of arts and cultural organizations, communities, and states across the country, as well as by the White House and Congress for more than 2 decades. And whereas the focus of Arts Month is to encourage citizens to explore new facets of the arts and humanities in their lives and to initiate lifelong habits of regular participation in the arts and humanities. And whereas the arts and humanities play a significant role in youth development and enhance critical thinking skills critical to the many technical and scientific learning tracks. And whereas El Paso County proudly encourages participation in the arts as well as provides venues for the public display of creative projects. And whereas the nonprofit arts industry also strengthens our national economy by generating a $166.3 billion annually in total economic activity and by supporting the full-time equivalent of 4.6 million jobs. And whereas the local impact of the nonprofit arts industry is also significant, generating $153.3 million in economic activity and supporting the full-time equivalent of 5,070 jobs. Now, therefore, the Board of County Commissioners of El Paso County, Colorado, hereby recognizes October as Arts Month in the Pikes Peak region and calls upon the citizens to enjoy, celebrate, promote, and support the arts, culture, and humanities in this community. Done this 10th day of October 2019 at Colorado Springs, Colorado, the Board of County Commissioners of El Paso County, Colorado, signed Mark Waller, Chair, Lejinos Gonzalez, Jr., Vice Chair, Stan Vanderwerf, Holly Williams, and Cammie Bremer, members, and attested to and signed by Chuck Browerman, County Clerk and Recorder. And do I have a second?
Second.
Andy, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Vice Chair Gonzalez. I appreciate the opportunity to be here before the Board of County Commissioners. My name is Andy Vick. I'm the Executive Director of the Cultural Office of the Pikes Peak Region. We are your local arts agency. We were founded about 13 years ago. We office here in the Plaza of the Rockies downtown, but we serve all of El Paso and Teller counties with a modest staff of about 4 individuals, and next year a budget which is trending in a very positive way for us based on the work we're doing of about $775,000. We see ourselves as the connector, the hub, the organization that brings all of the players in the community together in support of arts and culture here in the Pikes Peak region. One of the ways that we do that is through our annual Arts Month initiative. October is National Arts and Humanities Month, and we have celebrated for the last 6 years. On our peakradar.com website, we create a special landing page that you're looking at here, and this is the entry point for all things Arts Month. Worth pointing out that we're collaborating for the first time in a more structured way with Visit Colorado Springs to actually market Arts Month outside of our region to bring folks in. This is the first time we've done that. For the last 5 years, we've been very inward focused, but as the program's growing, we're really trying to invite others from Pueblo, from South Denver and Douglas County to come down and engage Arts Month here in the Pikes Peak region during the month of October. So I invite you to check out that landing page and learn more about how Arts Month is coming together. We use local artwork, local photographers, local designers to create our branding campaign each year with an attention to being very diverse in the faces that we share and show. These are some of the images for 2019. We have adorned the garage downtown with a 30 by 10 banner. You can see us on the side there, thrilled that we managed to get it up without any damage being done to ourselves or the banner. We also spend a good bit of money marketing Arts Month using that imagery outside in billboards, in print, in radio, in television. And one of the things that I find the most exciting is that we do this in a very grassroots way where we invite organizations from the community to use the Arts Month logo, the Arts Month badge, in their marketing efforts for their own programming as a way to reach new and broader audiences beyond what we could do on our own. So Arts Month is a very collaborative process, and we have more participation this year than we've ever had before. It's very exciting. 2 weeks ago, we kicked off Arts Month with the Artini. This is a free community event. We had over 1,200 people at the Mining Exchange Hotel, where we showcased arts and culture and officially kicked off Arts Month. As I believe Commissioner Vanderwerf mentioned, today is our second big anchor event for Arts Month, the Business and Arts Lunch, which is over at the Antlers Hotel, and it is an opportunity to collaborate with the Chamber of Commerce to celebrate and recognize businesses and business leaders who support the arts in our region. And we'll be celebrating 5 businesses or business leaders this afternoon, and also showcasing a lot of local talent at the event. And I'm most appreciative that the Board of County Commissioners will be well represented at that event, so thank you for that. I mentioned collaborations and partnerships. This is one that I find very exciting. There's a National Litter Letter Project. And this year, as we did last year, we partnered with Creek Week and the Pikes Peak Outdoor Recreation Alliance, and different Creek Week cleanup crews adopted a letter, cleaned up whether it's the waterways or the public lands, and then filled that letter, which was a 6-foot letter built by Concrete Couch, filled the letter with trash to spell out a word. Last year's word was inspire. This year's word, as you see, is pristine. It's a temporary piece of public art that's right off Cimarron, south of America the Beautiful, east of the highway. And it is a way that we can use the arts to remind our community to be good stewards of our environment, and a great collaboration and celebration during Arts Month. Another new collaboration this year is with the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo. We have a fabulous contest running where people can enter to have a painting experience with an orangutan at the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo for themselves and 3 of their friends. So this is online, running now for social media, and we are being overwhelmed with entries, and it's very exciting. Did you have a question, Commissioner?
I do. I have a real serious question about this. I know that our Commissioner Waller has been absent for several days. Is he this actually orangutan?
I cannot confirm or deny that, Commissioner.
Okay.
But it's a good theory, perhaps one worth investigating further, but I'll leave that to county staff to work on that. But if you are interested in having a painting experience with one of the animals from the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo, I would invite you to go to our social media and register to have your chance to win. But a great collaboration with the zoo, and a great way to build a lot of interest around Arts Month for this initiative. This is also an important part of the Arts Month campaign every year, is for me to get around to our local counties and municipalities and to request a formal Arts Month proclamation, and then, if you will indulge me at the end, a photograph that we can put on social media and share. Here is obviously a picture with the Teller County Commissioners from earlier this year, and a picture from last year down in Fountain. This year I'll make it, this is the final one. This will be 8 different proclamations. It's very important. It's an opportunity for us to tell you, as our elected leaders, how important the arts are in our community. And it affords me another opportunity to have a relationship and cultivate a relationship with our elected leaders. So very important for us. Arts Month has been growing every year. I suspect this year will be no different. Very exciting to see how the community is engaging. Very exciting to see how we are elevating the importance of arts and culture in our community. Why should you care about this? I would suggest to you that you should care because not only do the arts impact quality of life through education and entertainment and community, But we have a $153.3 million economic impact, as Commissioner Vanderwerf read in his proclamation, just from the local nonprofit arts organizations. This is exclusive of for-profit graphic design, exclusive of for-profit architecture. So the nonprofit sector is driving economic development. I would also argue that if we want to attract and retain qualified and talented workforce, especially young workforce, we need to create a community where they want to live. They can go anywhere they want with Wi-Fi and work for any company around the country and around the world. If we want them to move here, stay here, and work for our businesses so that those businesses can thrive in our community, we need to create an environment, a place where young people and all workers want to be. Not just arts, it's outdoor, it's sports, it's education, it's all these things, but the arts are one of those pieces of the puzzle that make this a great place to live and work. And so I think the arts are very important to the entire community ecosystem here. I do want to share with you that we will be embarking after the new year on the update of our cultural plan. The 2010-2020 cultural plan is coming to an end, and we will be retaining the services of a consultant to do the 2020-2030 cultural plan. I'd like to thank this Board of County Commissioners because you all have helped us to make the local match that we have used to apply to the National Endowment for the Arts for an additional $50,000 of funding. We're waiting, we'll know in November. Either way, we're moving forward, but we will know how much money we have to move forward. And part of that local match came from the board, from El Paso County, and we are greatly appreciative for that. So look for more about our cultural planning process in the coming months. Just some quick reminders: Business and Arts Lunch, peakradar.com/Arts Month is where you can find everything for Arts Month. If you are a social media hashtagger, hashtag Arts October. And ultimately, the whole call to action for Arts Month is to have one new cultural experience with your family or friends. We don't care what it is. Go to Peak Radar, find something that inspires you, excites you, and make a date to go out and enjoy music, theater, film, dance, visual arts, poetry, prose, whatever it is that looks like it might be of interest to you. So thank you very much for your time. I would be happy to answer any questions other than whether the orangutan is Commissioner Waller or not. I can't speak to that. But any other questions I'd be happy to ask, and then if you would indulge me with a photo, I would be most appreciative.
Thank you, Mr. Vick. We're going to bring it up to the dais to see if there's any comments. We'll let Commissioner Vanderwerf go last. So I don't know if we have any other comments. I'm a little afraid to ask Commissioner Williams, but Commissioner Williams.
I will behave, I promise. So some of you might not know, but I played the piano a lot as a child. And so I studied 10 years very seriously with a college professor, and sometimes practicing up to 5 hours a day of piano. And I broke his heart when I was 20, and I walked into his office and said, I was going to study political science. And he laughed at me, and now I look back 40 years later and I laugh with them. So I truly appreciate those artists in our region. It's not always an easy way to make money, but it certainly brings us joy and happiness. And I appreciate all that you do for our region.
Thank you very much.
Commissioner Bremer.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair. Thank you for being here today and introducing yourself to me yesterday as well. I'm kind of overwhelmed with the scope and progress that the arts community has made in general in the last decade in this community. It's really transformed visually, culturally, everything about it. And I think we are doing a great job of attracting a workforce that wants that to be part of the community. I think we'll talk about performing arts for just a second. Our partner here at the Pikes Peak Center, I walk by that sign every day and I cannot believe the big names and the big programs and the big shows that we're pulling in on a monthly basis here. And that speaks tremendously to the fact that the community is supportive of that and they want tickets to it. And I know Les Mis was sold out for 4 nights in a row. So that's impressive. And big names like Martin Short and Steve Martin together what? Dancing on a piano. That is just, I mean, little bitty Colorado Springs is attracting that kind of talent, and it's because of the efforts of many in the community like you. So thank you. The proclamation spoke to some tangibles, economic development and other things, but there's quite an intangible benefit that the community receives. And in particular, I know our Colorado Springs Conservatory has been working with everyone from the school districts to our Department of Human Services to make sure that that really the positives of the art can be used as an encourager for those who really need some help getting up and out. And we have a lot of community issues that, they can't be fully addressed by arts and culture, but certainly that can help along many of the issues that we're seeing in our community. And that trash project is one example of that. A very tangible right next to a kind of long-term intangible appreciation. So thank you for spurring that on and encouraging us, and #Hearts October.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Vick, for all the great things you and your team do for us. It's a small staff for a big, growing city. I have already, I believe, gotten off to a good start. I went to the Philharmonic last weekend, so it was a good start. And
You've already had your one new cultural experience?
I'm attending the luncheon today, so I'll try to get one more in. I'll try to get one more in. The next one I'm going to is unfortunately November, so I won't be able to take credit for the next Philharmonic.
We'll give you credit.
And then, like I said, several of us are attending the luncheon today as well. I did want to, state some sadness. And one of my favorite street art was damaged last month, and so hopefully that gets repaired in some way quickly. But just on the street here.
Yeah, I know the downtown partnership is working on it.
Yeah, I know, and but I just very wonderful to see all the great artists and work that we are able to bring, and you're able to bring to our community, and I know the community benefits greatly from all that great work. Commissioner Vanderwerf.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair, and I think I can speak for my colleagues. We are honored to help recognize Arts Month in Colorado Springs and in El Paso County here in October. It's just a fantastic venue and opportunities. I want to personally thank Copper, the awesome team that you have, but also I want to thank you personally, Andy. You've been really great, I think. You and the team has been great about congealing and projecting all of the great arts and cultural strengths that we have in this community. And one of the weaknesses we've had in the past is actually knowing what we already had. And you've done so much to expand that. And I thought it was great to see those charts, to see the growth that you're talking about and the innovation that you're bringing to our community through arts and cultural events. And you've heard me talk about how creativity is innovation and innovation drives small businesses. But I also now want to make another point, which I've believed for a long time. Art is fun. It's just enjoyable. It's what makes a community a fun place to be. So this is really just great. And it's amazing to me when you go on your website and you see all the opportunities that we have in this community. There is something for everybody.
Hear, hear.
From jazz to Philharmonic, from commercial copy to personal painters, for young and for old, we've got it. And I just look forward to continuing to work with you to grow this. And my last comment is about the orangutan. I was going to say something different. I thought he was thinking very thoughtfully about art when I was looking at that picture. So that's even amazing there. So even the zoo gets involved in these kinds of things as well, don't they? And that's just really wonderful. It speaks, I think, to the strength of our communities and the interest in arts and culture. And my hat's off again to creating this unified vision, this cultural plan for arts and culture, and just getting a lot more engagement. And it's just outstanding, and I enjoy watching it grow. Thank you very much.
I appreciate that.
With that, I do have a motion and a second, so I will take the roll. Commissioner Brimmer.
Aye.
Commissioner Vanderwerf.
Aye.
Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
And the Vice Chair votes aye. That passes unanimously. We will recess for a photo.